Hello everyone, it's Castleiz back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how Primordial Islands would work. A common theory on this channel is having a straight up Quint island. Primordial Island, 31 monsters, 5 elements and a lot of unique sounds. I think it would be cool if the corresponding elements followed the old concept art. Another common theory is that Primordial Plant and Primordial Cold would make this Furcorn primordial. This is what some of the various monsters would be, in my opinion. The coolest of them are Shrub, Frog, Reedling, Congo, Bogart, and Deej. Although some monsters do have very similar released concept art, such as Quibble, Cybop, Pango, and genuinely just most of the monsters, especially Mimic. Another theory that I think could occur is Primordial Natural Islands. 5 new fresh islands which correspond to the same elements as the normal natural islands, with a teleporting feature where you could teleport your monster from the Primordial Natural Island to the Primordial Golden Island. For example, Primordial Plant would be plant, cold, water and earth. Primordial Cold would be plant, cold, air and water. Primordial Air would be cold, air, water, earth. Primordial Water would be plant, air, water, earth. And Primordial Earth would be plant, cold, air, earth. Maybe we could even see the return of the dipsters on these islands, as it's very likely they won't come to another island in the game currently. Obviously, that means where would the Ancient Quint element go? Let's just call it Ancient Mimic. Mimic is obviously on Fire Oasis, which isn't a natural island, so where else could it go? Maybe we could have something similar to Fire Expansion, maybe the Ancient Mimic or Manifestation. But I feel like Manifestation would be better, as it seems more Mimic-like. Although the Primordial Quint might not be related to Mimic, I really think it will be. The word Manifestation just reminds me of that 2023 trailer, the sincerest form of flattery. I feel like breeding would be boring, although our last proper breeding island was Light Island. Not Magical Sanctum, because Magical Sanctum is technically a teleport. Mythical isn't a full breeding either. I feel like a fresh mechanic would be better. I present the idea of the Ancient-fyer. A kind of self-explanatory name, but basically, from a natural island, let's go Plant Island, you would breed a Furcorn. You would warp it to Primordial Plant Island and it would go to the Ancient-fyer. The Ancient-fyer would age the elements for a while, and then it would come out with an ancient monster with Furcorn's elements. This would work for all monsters, but it would be cool if it would be something like a dish harmonizing island where you start with Primordial Quad. That would also be a good idea. But you know what's ancient? Electricity. Electricity has been a big part of my singing monsters ever since Galvana. So to make the Primordial Natural Islands feel more alive, I have a little idea. You can buy statues of Wublins from the market on Primordial Natural Islands and awaken certain Wublins, the full family of 19. These would act as the mythicals and ethereals of the Primordial Natural Islands. Here are my predictions on what islands they could go to. Primordial Plant Island, Brump, Pixelol, Scargo and Fleechworm. Primordial Cold Island, Creeper School, Waja, Pork and Screamoo. Primordial Air Island, Blipsqueak, Astropod, Giga, Zucker. For Primordial Water Island, Dermot, Bon Appetit, Marsh. Primordial Earth Island, Timper, Zinf, Flock, and last but not least a Drumroll. But this leaves the Primordial Water Island with 3, whilst all the others have 4. Maybe a Wublin can just be on 2 islands. Comment what you think could happen with this remaining unused monster slot. The Wublins would still have the same inventory and just be the statue on an island that isn't Wublin, They could also be evolved into rare and epic forms, but with the presence of electricity, This leaves us with the presence of a Wubbox. With the presence of a Wubbox come rares and epics. Rare and epic primordials. They are most likely going to happen since they were teased by the guide for Ethereal Islet. The guide for Ethereal Islet states that primordial monsters make it possible for all the monsters of its rarity to be affected by their likes, placed anywhere on the islet. This and the version 4.7 update showcase imply the Ethereal Islands will eventually have rare and epic monsters. This means each islet will obviously get variants, but primordials will get variants, which also means rare and epics can be on the potential Primordial Natural Islands. Rare primordials could even be based on the Dawn of Fire market monsters, like this for rare Lowb, like this for rare Bogle, like this for rare Frondley, like this for rare Draw, like this for rare Titansoul. Anyway, this is a bit longer, more edited prediction video. I hope everyone likes it because I spent a while adapting this script and making graphics in the video. Goodbye.